Anita Dawn Wellbeing. I hope you're well today. So today for our Pilates beginner exercise, I'm going to be doing the hip roll to shoulder bridge. There's various ways that we can get to shoulder bridge, but this is by articulation and using the floor as feedback. But before we get on to that, I just want to emphasize how important it is that if you haven't done Pilates before, that you do a course like the one I'm doing next week that gives you the basic principles, and you practice them, and then you learn to apply them to all the exercises going forward. It's like building a house. You need the foundation, strong foundations, so that you can move forward safely and effectively, like building a house. Let's just turn that off. What's that doing there? All right. Sorry about that. Yes, so we're going to start on the floor here, semi-supine, and just to remind ourselves, or you, that when we lift our hips up higher than the heart, we want to make sure that we don't have a block under the head. If you have a severe forward head posture and you know that you need one, then make sure it's been a professional that's recommended that you put a small pillow under your head, all right? But generally speaking, these exercises that I'm showing you this week, I'm not teaching them to you. That's what I'm doing in the course next week. And it's so important because when I started out doing Pilates 20 years ago, I was curious about doing it from a business point of view. I was into sports and fitness, you name it, I taught it and I did it. But I went to classes and I didn't get it. I found it was boring and I wasn't motivated to actually do it or even teach it. So then I eventually came across an instructor who had really good teaching cues and a great way of explaining about core connection and the breathing and the controlled, focused movement of Pilates, which is so important. Yeah, so that's what I aim to get across to you, that you do feel it straight away and feel the benefit. Of course, it does take time before people recognize that your posture is better, but you will feel better straight away from doing Pilates for many reasons. Yeah. Okay, so you will see in the comments here or in the attached to this video, you will see a link to sign up, more information about the course and to sign up for the course. So let's get moving. Coming down, gently coming down, and feet hip distance apart. So we are starting in neutral spine, but I'm not going to teach you what is neutral spine and why we have neutral spine. We just want that little bit of space under the lower back, and here it's not particularly important, so I'm not going to emphasize it. Yeah. So what we're going to do first of all is the feet want to be a little bit closer towards the hips, maybe if the knees are happy with that. If it bothers the knees as you articulate up to shoulder bridge, then take the knees a little bit further away. Okay, so we're going to inhale, prepare, where we do nothing. Exhale, I'm going to push through my heels and squeeze my glutes and draw my abs in as I peel my spine off the mat, vertebrae by vertebrae, coming up into what we call shoulder bridge. A nice straight line without arching through the back. We'll inhale at the top there and exhale, soften down, articulating through the thoracic spine and then the lumbar spine, ideally vertebrae by vertebrae, and then tailbone last, coming back to neutral. Now, if you've never done that before, you probably find it really difficult to articulate through the lower back, the lumbar spine, because we all tend to be a little tight there in those muscles. And I know for me, it was quite a long time before I could do it. It takes practice, and it's really good to get that mobility in the lumbar spine to stretch it out a little bit. So let's do that one more time. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, I'm flattening the back towards the mat, pushing through the heels and just peeling my spine off the mat, keeping those thighs parallel, coming up. You don't have to come all the way up to that shoulder bridge, that nice straight ski slope, if it doesn't feel comfortable for you. Only come up as high as is comfortable. Inhale there and exhale, soften down through the chest and articulate down through thoracic spine, lumbar spine, tailbone, and coming back to neutral last. Okay, so if you want to practice doing a few more, and like any of the exercises, if it doesn't feel right, then maybe wait until next week, sign up for the course, or you can still put in your comments and questions in the comments during this week, that would be fine. And I'll probably kind of point you in the direction of the course next week. There's so much to gain from doing that course, and it will really set you up for a really effective and safe Pilates career, if you like, or just journey, calling it a journey. Yeah. All right. So there you go. So do sign up for the course. I've still got some places left. The doors will close at 2:00 on Saturday. And yeah, that's it really. So I'll be back tomorrow at 9:30 with another basic exercise, Pilates exercise. And so I'm not covering them all this week. I've just had 4 days just to give you an idea, and that will kind of set you up to be able to understand what we're doing in the course next week, give you an idea of some of the main exercises. All right, so thank you for joining me today. And if you're watching it on replay later on, then do put #replay and say hi and give me some comments, give me some feedback. Yeah, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Well, I won't, but hope you'll join me tomorrow.